Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Irvin, with another manga volume review. This is going to be on the fourth volume of The Promised Neverland. I just reacted on the episode yesterday, so you guys can enjoy today the fourth volume review. Now, before I continue, I want to give a few warnings. One, if you haven't done so, subscribe to my channel and go try that giveaway that I have on my channel. Secondly, go watch the first 3 volumes if you haven't watched them before watching this video. And then lastly, if you don't want the manga or the anime ruined, then there is a spoiler alert on this channel, so you have been warned. You don't have to continue watching. No one's putting a gun against your head. Okay, so the fourth volume, or the third volume really, ended pretty intense with Sister Krona dying or being killed. At least that's how they showed it. And the kids trying to get to the wall and see what's behind the wall, finding a cliff, and Mother breaking Emma's leg, so she can't run away. No one can run away with her. Telling Norman, by the way, you're being shipped next, and it's in a few days. And Ray basically being called out on his, double betrayal, I guess. And now they're left without a plan. At least that's what it's seen in the beginning. Now, I'm not going to ruin a lot of the twist from this volume, because I will say one of the volumes that had the most twist, at least the first 4, this one is probably the one that had the most twist to it. Norman was shipped, and Ray threw gasoline on himself and started a fire in the house. I mean, that's the extremes I'm gonna go with. And at the end of the volume, I will say there is big hope to what's going on, and they're basically gonna go back because they skipped almost 2 entire months of information of just Emma recovering and moping with the fact that Norman was shipped, and she's not next. Ray is next. So, anyways, Ray does the whole fire thing in respect of that he doesn't want to be eaten. He's like, well, I don't want to be eaten, so I'm gonna ruin their merchandise. And yeah, anyways, they do start the escape at the end of this volume. I will say that. Finally, the escape has started. I don't know if this will be a successful escape. It does seem like it. You would think, if there was multiple attempts already, this would be the successful one. And they're going kind of back because Emma moped so much, but now I will say this, we find out that Emma knew more than we thought she knew. So now they're showing kind of what she did in the background while Mom thought that Emma was just laying in bed moping the death of Norman. So now we have a lot of information. There were a lot of twists and turns in this volume, and the plot itself is great. Now, let's talk a little bit about the difference between the manga and the anime, because people have asked, what do you think the biggest difference is? There's not a lot of differences. The story is going, or is being portrayed kind of word by word of what happened in the manga compared to the anime. The only differences is, I would say, foreshadowing. Now, for those who don't know what foreshadowing is, I will explain it real fast. Foreshadowing is when you kind of give an event or give a sentence, either a phrase or show something in the background that kind of gives you a clue of what's going to happen next. So there's not a lot of foreshadowing in the manga itself. There's not really room for it. So a lot of the foreshadowing really happens in your own head. You kind of conclude this is going to happen. And I'll give the example of the traitor, because that happened in the previous volumes. They knew there was a traitor. and you're kind of wondering who the traitor is, right? And there's not really any clues of who it may be. The kids do talk about it, of the possibilities of who it may be. So you yourself do have kind of an idea of who might end up being the traitor, but there's never kind of in your face, this might be the person. In comparison, in the anime, there's a lot of scenes where they just kind of show Gilda and the other boy Don whispering in mother's ear, or being suspicious, so they kind of show signs of they're going to be the traitor. They're going to be a traitor. They're going to be a traitor. So they're kind of giving you a bunch of foreshadowing. Now this one is false foreshadowing in the anime, because eventually they do show you who the real traitor is, and that has already been revealed in the anime. But the manga doesn't do that, so it does keep you on your toes more in the manga, and it keeps you more wondering what's going to happen next. Who really did that? Who really did that? So the anime doesn't really do the best job in keep quiet with their secrets. So I think that's the only difference between the manga and the volume, and the anime. Sorry. So this volume, I hope a lot of the twists, because there's at least 3 or 4 big twist reveals, big reveals that you don't want them to be revealed too soon. I'm wondering how the anime is going to portray that, or if they're going to ruin it and give us a lot of foreshadowing beforehand. So I don't know. I really don't know what's going to happen. So out of 10, this volume, 8.5, probably the best volume of the ones that I've read so far. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't done so, check out the other 3 volumes in my channel. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like, share, and do all that fun stuff. Thank you again, and like always, don't be strangers.